Hey, I'm Northernlion, and I'm really bad at a wizard's lizard. Let's continue. I still can't get over. It's a great name for the game, a wizard's lizard, I'll admit. But it does seriously sound like you're talking about Gandalf's cock. In any case, we're gonna move along. You know what? I totally should have bought another weapon before we started. God damn it, Bobby. It's okay. Don't worry. We're gonna be fine. I've played a little bit more of a wizard's lizard. We played it on the NLSS once. I made a very slight amount of progress. Does that interest you? I hope it does. I still am, far from being able, I would say, to be able to beat the boss of the sewers. I've never even made it to the boss of the sewers. But, you know, a lot of this game is a little bit Rogue Legacy-ish in the sense that you've got to make, you got to grind a little bit. Get more townspeople, start with more money, buy those blueprints, get better items to begin with, yada, 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 and all of a sudden, hey, maybe I've beaten the game by accident. A man can dream at least. A woman can dream too, and, everything in between as well. I'm not trying to say that any one gender or sex has any monopoly on dreaming. As far as I know, it's a mostly universal phenomenon, Even androids, apparently. People asking questions about what androids dream about. I've never even met a real-life android, although I'm sure that, they exist somewhere. But I would like to know about their dreaming patterns. In any case, money, 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 money. We've got plenty of health on this floor, which is nice, but we can't really use it for anything. Instead, I'm gonna stack up some, fat ducats, and maybe we'll be able to buy something awesome on the next floor. In particular, I would really like to pick up something that makes, myself a little bit more offensively potent. A little natural sword enhancement here, if you know what I mean. We're going to explore the entirety of the floor. I like this game. I say that right off the top because I'm pretty sure that at some point in this video I will get frustrated and be like, oh, burp, burp, but disregard that. I do think A Wizard's Lizard is a pretty good game, Does it compare super favorably to The Binding of Isaac? I don't think so, but I'm super biased. I have like 800 hours in The Binding of Isaac. It's like if you've only eaten cheeseburgers your entire life and then somebody hands you like a cheeseburger with freaking like chèvre on it instead of cheddar, you're going to be like, what is this nonsense? But I'm giving it a chance because I think it's pretty good, and I want to see where things, progress after the... Oh, those are interesting boots. Demon's Hooves. We can actually see what those do for us here. Decreases alignment. I don't know what that means. Increases attack, increases projectile speed. Well, it sounds great, except for that whole decreases alignment part. There's some gold back there, but we'll get it. Nope, that's a special room. So I don't know what decreases alignment means, but I'm happy to have them. Thanks, by the way, to everyone who gave me that tip that you can actually see what your items actually do for you just by going to the pause menu. But yeah, anyway, what I was getting at is I want to see what happens in a Wizard's Lizard, after you get out of the early game, because I kind of went through this with Rogue Legacy as well, even though I thought Rogue Legacy was, I thought Rogue Legacy was more immediately enjoyable, if that makes sense, and may indeed be a game that I feel more strongly about overall. Let's move out of here now. But for a while I was like, I can't beat the first boss, like this is a real slog, and then after I beat the first boss and started gaining some momentum, I had a lot more fun with the game, so I'm wondering if that's gonna happen with A Wizard's Lizard as well, even though I am enjoying it in its current state in any case. This is, probably approaching the point at which I've had the most money that I've ever had in the game. Which is 10 times more money than I've ever had in real life. It's not true, I loved being in Korea, because I can talk about what I made in Korea. It's not like I have any NDAs stopping me. It was not a lot of money for an adult profession that puts you in charge of children. So I was making somewhere in the vicinity of like $1,500 per month, I think. I'm trying to run the math in my head. Like American dollars per month, which is pretty bad for a full-time job that sometimes had you working, 12-hour days in the summer. But anyway. But the way that Korean currency works is that the exchange rate for Korean won to American or Canadian dollars is seriously like 1,000 won equals, X number of American dollars. Equals 1 American dollar, for example. So 5,000 won is like 5 American dollars. So when you'd get paid, you would actually be like, quote unquote, technically right, which is the exact, best way to be right, a millionaire. You'd look at your salary and you'd be like, I made 1.8 million this month. I'm basically PewDiePie. But then, you would go to buy dinner and you'd be like, $20,000 for stir fry? Are you crazy? Anyway, there's, I don't talk that much about my life in Korea anymore because it's a long time ago, but there's a little tidbit for you as to what what it is like. Plus, they pretty much just paid me in cash, which makes me think that they were doing some kind of weird tax thing that maybe is not totally cool, but I don't know how the Korean IRS works, but basically they'd be like, hey, you finished another month of work, here's like, 1.4 million Korean won in $10 bills inside of an envelope. Try not to get robbed on the way home, which thankfully never happened. Anyway, did raw meat actually poison me there? That makes a lot of sense. I've never seen it before, so I'm kind of surprised. So that's how you get down to the next floor. We've got some more exploration to do. It looks like poison only slows you down, so that's not so bad. At least it doesn't do damage, because HP is pretty hard to come by in this game. So there is a slime door, that's the slime key there. I've gotten it a couple times. You have to be a ghost to make it happen. But I'd rather not die. I'd rather save this life and just try to make as much progress as possible. In particular, I would very much like to rescue... the way that the structure of the game seems to work is that there's one townsperson per section, per world, if that makes sense. So, on the dungeons, or the cemetery as it's called here, there's one townsperson. I want to make sure I rescue that townsperson every time, because if I don't rescue them, it's just a waste, right? Let's see what we get. Blueprint-wise. Soul Totem. I don't know if these totems are actually upgrades over the basic totem, but we might as well buy the blueprints because we, get more possibilities for stuff to equip when we get started, which seems to make a lot of sense. This shop sucks, but there's a treasure chest which contains some gloves. Fireproof gloves. I can imagine what those probably do, but we might as well check just to make sure. Decreases damage taken from fire. All right. I'm glad I checked because I actually thought it was going to be like makes you immune to damage you take from fire. It was not. This is the room that causes us to come back to life. If you're wondering, I'm actually going to leave that 50 gold back there. If you're wondering why I don't 100%, get every little bit of gold and break everything, it's just because I don't want to play the game that way. That's going to make the game so much less fun if I'm literally blowing up every lamp, every wall sconce in the game. I'm going to have a much worse time as a result of that. So I realized that would probably slightly improve my chances of success, but it would also very much take away from my enjoyment of the game. So, oh, nice moonwalking zombie there. People always told me, be careful what you do. I could, I didn't stop you. Can't stop the moonwalk. Alright, Cemetery 2 is complete. Like starting with some extra treasure, I will blow up the barrels because they have a tendency to pay out a little bit more nicely than some of the other, like the wall sconces, for example, which can pay out, but usually if they do pay out, it's with like 50 gold. And we'll blow up everything here. I'm not sure this room has like a better purpose that maybe I'm just missing, but whatever. 10,000 gold is a really good place to be, so we'll get there on this room, presumably. Should use the totem a little bit more often, no reason not to. Just be careful here. Yeah, I want to be at 10,000 gold. That's, it seems like a fairly realistic gate for where, like, items become very much more useful. I think, at least. Ah, I didn't even spawn that zombie. All right. Good, good, good. This is a dead end, and here's our townsperson. I like reaching this point because it means that at the very least, this floor wasn't a total waste, I fucking hate this room. Owls and werewolves are the worst pieces of shit, I swear to God. Okay, so it's just one owl at this point. Just get a little closer, but not too close. There we go. All right, townsperson, I'm gonna save you. 500 gold in town to support me from now on. Much appreciated. It's incremental, but it makes a difference. Seriously? There we go. Alright, HP is still pretty good considering where we're at in the game, I'd say. Hopefully we can get some healing items that will take us back up to full by the time we fight this boss. That's really, I think, how the difficulty in a Wizard's Lizard manifests itself, is that, you get ground down. HP items are expensive and hard to come by. And if you start taking damage, it's going to take you a very long time of not taking damage to make up for that, which is problematic. It's good from a difficulty standpoint, it makes the game very challenging, but it also means that it's very unforgiving, and one slip up can cost you quite greatly. I was worried that would be a mimic. Once you know that mimics exist, that takes away like 80% of their power, though. Alright, we're up to about 12,000 gold. And come on, buddy, come on. I'll break this wall sconce for you. Seriously? There we go, okay. He's not quite blinking yet. There we go. So we're at 13,000 almost. I don't think I've seen an item in the game that's more expensive than 15,000. I fucking hate this room. Not a mimic, that's actually a helmet. I think I can pick it up without getting hit. Spiked helm. Okay, I'm gonna put turret and then magic, and it didn't quite work as well as I hoped, but truth be told, that worked out fairly well, I'd say. We at least took out a couple of these jerks before we found ourselves in a really problematic situation. Never mind. Ooh, okay, stop moving, please. Stop moving. We're not quite a ghost yet. That room is probably 5 times harder than any room that comes before it. It's such bullshit. And I would not be surprised if we become a ghost on this room. Yeah, I really thought that would do it, actually. Let's just take out the enemies that are static. Those are the easier ones. You know, the enemies that don't move around so much. Very much easier to attack. Watch out for the sword. Watch out for the, of course, the werewolf asshole. Then we have the owls at the end of this, and that's the big deal. If I get out of this room, yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's gonna be owls that I have to deal with in this room, so I gotta figure out some way to neutralize them, right? There's no big owl anymore. Maybe I blew it up by accident. Where's the other owl? Is he not mad? He was not perturbed by my aggressive action earlier, and we actually got some meat out of that. Oh my god, it poisoned us. I really did not expect to get out of that without taking damage, though. Okay. And if we can just somehow make it to the sewer without getting super low on HP, that would be awesome. No meat there. I would gladly spend all of our money to save ourselves 1 life. For real. This looks like a room that is probably special, if I had to guess. There's probably some kind of like puzzle thing going on here. It's a little bit more unique than your average room, I think. Alright, don't hit the fucking owl. That's the most important thing here. Oh, okay, we pulled out of that tailspin. Which, by the way, infinitely superior cartoon to DuckTales. Don't even, everyone, DuckTales gets the most credit. What is this? Ring of Offense. Let's check out what it does. I'm assuming it increases our attack. Yeah, there it is. DuckTales gets a lot of credit. I don't think DuckTales is a terrible show. Tailspin's just better. We did it, Reddit. But it gets so much credit because of the theme song, and that's not really that's not a merit-based comparison. Tailspin also has a great theme song. It's got like a little bit of a Caribbean vibe to it. But DuckTales has the YTMNDs to back it up. There's 2 werewolves? Are you kidding me? Did the door open? No, the door did not open. I don't know why I thought the door opened. Oh, God. He's blinking. No more meat, huh? Oh, there's a shop. We already have a ring. And I like our ring, actually, quite a lot. Although I'm sure the poison ring would probably be useful. But I don't want to spend money on it. So I'm going to buy the lantern, and we'll finally figure out what the heck the lantern does. Modifies personal lighting. That's what I figured, so it's basically just an aesthetic thing. Alright, we at least made it to the zombie warlord. Let's blow up some of these TNT barrels. Please, don't be the one that spins. He's not the one that spins. Okay, that means there is a realistic chance I could actually make it out of this fight without getting killed. It's gonna be hard, or unlikely at the very least, but it is plausible that I could make it out of this fight without getting killed. So, without getting killed once, I should say. We still got our turret ready. The boss music's so freaking loud, man. Okay, put this bad boy down right there. Not turret, totem, that's what I meant to say. That hurt me? That did 11 damage. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know that was possible. I thought all damage in the game was on intervals of 5. It's okay. I'm blowing up the TNT because I don't want to accidentally get myself exploded by it. And this is going pretty well so far, I would say, at least. Even though we've been hit once, you know, we're slowly neutralizing all of these zombie camps. And once the zombie camps are all done, it's just going to be us and the boss, and even if I get hit once, that'll end my life, but I'll still be, you know, overall alive as a result of the mechanics of the game. Oh, I disagree with the fact that I got hit there, but so be it. Oh, now we have a lot of zombies. So you know what? There's some magical damage for you. I'm starting to get a little worried about my chances here. I've lost, like, 1 full life and a bit of damage. I guess it does a little bit of explosive damage when it hits, which seems, you know, quite irresponsible. There we go. A little bit more damage done that way. if we can just make it out, right, we'll get HP back. So don't lose heart yet. That's the most important thing. Stay strong. Don't start panicking. I know we have some, like, zombie turrets to take out, like the ones that keep spawning those ghost zombies. But we'll take care of those. Those will die at some point. We just need to take care of all the living zombies first, and then they'll never come back. That fucking hit me? Well, one more hit and we die, and I'm gonna be real salty / faulty about that. Because you'd think at this point I would be, you know, a little bit better at dealing with this enemy, but... Oh, okay, now it's just me and you, motherfucker. Let's do this shit. The problem is, I gotta stay moving, so I'm thinking what you do is, yeah, you wait for him to attack, and then you go on the offensive. I don't give a shit about that gold. It was just a very convenient... Ooh, don't fall in the spider's webs. Very convenient dodging path. Oh, are you kidding me? I hate you so much, zombie warlord. I don't want to talk about it. I just wanted to see, like, what we've got in our main spot there. Sometimes I get a little not happy with the balancing that we've got going on in this game. I'm not going to do another run over the course of this episode. I just wanted to check out what we've got going on in here. We've got a pretty nice assortment of, like, blueprinty type stuff. We have an ice totem. I think my go-to build is pretty much going to be hunting spear, which I really like. And then what does this do? The shaman tunic makes our totem, like, cooldown time or less. Increases totem duration. No, probably that and the helmet instead, or maybe Monster Manual. I'm gonna try to murder this man. He's very strong. He's turning red. I don't. He's not happy about the situation that's happening right now. He's unkillable. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of... Oh, I killed him. This guy's just unhittable. That's gonna do it for this episode of A Wizard's Lizard. I apologize that I suck, but we'll be back with another attempt tomorrow. As always, I appreciate tips and tricks beyond Get Good, which I think is maybe the most realistic of all the tips and tricks. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.